Here with Bob Larsen. Bob met PRs at age 36.
36.
Very impressive. Coming into the race, I just looked at the half marathons the last 3 years that he runs before New York, and they've been getting a little bit slower every year. And I'm thinking, is Father Time catching up to him? What were you expecting today?
Well, we really thought both Mib and I felt he could run in the 208s, but he had to go with the group, so he wasn't by himself. So you're just not going for a pure 208. What I was pleased with, he was able to go through at about 63:13, about a minute faster than ideal on this course, and he still got really close to the 208. He got a slight PR, a couple seconds, and he also threw up, at a crucial point where he probably could have run with a couple more guys on into the finish and had a little bit more help, but he got too far back. That was like 5:20 mile or something when he stopped. So you add those two, give us either side of those, and he would have certainly been in his 208 today.
Yeah.
And so it's still in him. Now, as far as the half marathon being a little bit slower in San Jose the last couple of years, that first year we set it up so he could get a PR. The last 2 years we're running hard, but not putting quite as much emphasis on the overall time. And we didn't have a pace setter this year either, so as long as he's in that range of that 61 he ran 2 years ago, that's indicative of where he's going to be in this marathon. And so I thought, we had confidence about that.
Right. So you thought he was in 208 shape. Does that mean that is this the best fitness he's ever been for a marathon, or?
No. I think at Athens he would have run extremely fast on a flat course. In Boston that following year he would have run extremely fast. But they're races with change in pace, and of course Athens, the hill, major hill, plus the humidity and all those. He's never really run on a really fast course when he was 100% ready. Why he could run 208 here is because he's been healthy for an extensive period of time right now. Whenever he's healthy, we feel he's going to run 207 or 208. On a flat course, he would have run 207 or better. On this hilly course, we felt at least he could run 208, and after the results here, I feel quite strongly he would have run 208 today at least.
And do you think he's motivated to sort of maybe prove some people wrong? I mean, I feel like he didn't run a spring marathon. Was that just partially because people didn't want him there and weren't offering him the appropriate appearance fee, and he had no sponsorship? I mean, does that sort of anger over that, do you think, fuel him, or is he just kind of trying to be the best he can be?
A little bit of both. What's nice to see is someone at age 36 who's accomplished as much as he has is still extremely motivated. There's still fire in the belly. He still comes out every day training really hard. And yes, I think it's kind of easy to build up a little bit more motivation when you feel people overlook you a little bit. That's good for all of us maybe, and he remembers that. And sure, when you go to the starting line, I think that's part of it, and in individual workouts too.
And now, if looking ahead to the trials, are you worried about the short turnaround? I mean, not very many people are running New York in the trials. As a coach, would you wish he'd run an earlier marathon, or? I mean, you've done it before, but.
He wanted to run New York, and I agreed because New York has been so wonderful for him and to him. The people love him back here, and it made sense that at this point in his career he get another New York in. And he has, as you know, finished as high as second with a 70-day turnaround. Of course, he's quite a bit younger after the Athens Marathon. He came back and almost won. He got a close second. So. It's within him, if he stays healthy, to come back in about 69 days from now in Houston and run real well. I think he will. If he's healthy, he's a threat to make the team again.
And when's the last time he had some injury problems?
Well, during the summer. The only thing we weren't 100% sure of here was he wasn't quite as sharp as he was in 2009. His endurance was very high, but we knew the sharpness wasn't there. He wasn't able to get in a couple of races during the summer, including he wanted to run Falmouth, maybe the Big 7. And those things tend to bring out his sharpness, but he had a little bit of injury or he was sick during that time. And so we, rather than going back and just doing a half-hour race just to be there, we decided not to run it. And so all he had was that San Jose half. And no real competitive efforts for quite a while until he got here today. And I don't think he could have gone any harder. If we changed those two things that we talked about, how fast the first half was, where he doesn't get sick, then easily he would have been in the 208s. And we'll take what he did get: 2-second PR and 6th place in this field at age 36 and healthy right now. So on to Houston.
Very good. We'll see you in Houston. Thanks a lot.
Okay.